Hello and welcome to Season 2 of On the Road With. My name's Gareth and I'll be your host. For those of you that are joining me for the first time today, this show is all about talking to touring professionals in the performing arts and entertainment industries about the realities of life on the road, what it's meant for their mental health, the people they've worked with, and how they got started. I'd like to thank you all sincerely for your support for the show so far. If you haven't already, you can like my page on Facebook or follow me on Instagram or Twitter. It's Gareth John Music on those platforms, and I'll be posting updates about the show on those platforms. You can also like, follow and subscribe wherever you get your podcast fix. I said I'd start Season 2 with a bang, and I'm absolutely honoured to be joined by a reggae icon today. Also known as the boss and Mr. Symarip, it's Mr. Roy Ellis, who's best known for his global hit Skinhead Moonstomp, which inspired a whole generation of the skinhead reggae movement, and he's always a great guy to have a chat with, a real character, and I really enjoyed having this conversation with him. So please do sit back, grab yourself a cup of tea and enjoy my conversation with Mr. Roy Ellis. Thanks for doing this anyway, Roy. I really appreciate it. So with yourself, you're still. I mean, I look at your Facebook, and when we speak, when we work together, you're still touring globally, all over the world, and you're working with different bands as well, aren't you?
Different bands, yeah, all the time.
And
I think I'm the only artist who work with so many bands. Because why? Because I'm always working. And the promoter can't afford to let me travel with my own band, you see.
That's right.
It becomes much cheaper when I just go alone, you know.
Yeah, because I've met your band in Germany, the Magic Touch.
Yeah. Magic Touch. But they're the one who backed me they only backed me in Germany.
Yeah. Well, it's like the Moonstompers only back you in England, you know.
In England, yeah.
So just tell us a bit about, obviously, forget the lockdown for a second. Before the lockdown, just tell us a bit about the past 6 months to a year, where sort of, where you've been, what you've been doing, because I've lost track, to be honest, looking at your Facebook. You seem to be all over the place.
All over the place, yeah. Well, I've been traveling. I'll just make it short. I've been traveling, I'm working with so many different agencies. I'm working with a big agency in Germany. I'm working one in Italy. I'm working one with Spain. And in Switzerland here, and America, I was supposed to go to New York. I was supposed to go to LA in May. One concert in LA and one in Vegas. You've seen the flyer on the Facebook as well.
Yeah, Vegas, yeah.
Yes, so it's very difficult to explain this because even some of the bands, as a matter of fact, not only ages, some of the bands, most of the 99%, but I think 100% of the bands like to work with me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not the sort of artist who give trouble because I'm not just a singer. I'm a musician as well. I play different little instruments, so I understand the scene, moods and all that stuff. So a lot of bands will bring me in gigs. For example, I just got back in December, just gone from Costa Rica, and this is a disc jockey crew call themselves the Aces. They bring me over there, not the agency. The disc jockey crew.
Right. Okay. Got you.
The skinhead scene, all of the skinheads, they got this disc jockey crew and have their own scene. And being as they call me the boss skinhead, everybody wants.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell a guy that the Skinhead Moonstomp thing, that Skinhead Moonstomp just taking me all over the world. That album taking me all over the world. So your question is, I'm always traveling, I'm working with different bands, and it's crazy. It's very difficult to analyze where. I would have to write a whole big list out.
You will do.
I can tell you, I've been all over. I've been 2 times in Brazil. I could go to Brazil at a time, but they can't pay. And I go Argentina 4 times. I've been to Mexico more than 1 time. I've been to Colombia. America, a lot of times in America, all over Europe. There's only one place I've never performed. You never believe this.
Go on.
In Holland.
Really, Holland?
Never.
And that's kind of.
I slept in Holland.
That's kind of local for you as well. Not local, but do you know what I mean?
Local. I flew from Holland to Indonesia, for example, by the airport, and I flew, and when I played in Belgium, one time, a couple of times, the hotel was booked out, so I got to sleep right at the border in Holland.
Oh, yeah.
So I never do concert in Germany or in Belgium, and later a lot of people from Holland comes over to the concert, and they always ask me, "Oh, we got to come so far. Why don't you come to Holland?" I say, "I just can't." I said, I can come to Holland, of course, as a tourist.
Yeah.
But I can't just come and book myself because somebody's got to bring me there first.
That's right. I mean, you're always reliant on the promoter or the festival or whatever. It's not it's not really in your control, is it?
No. And the funny part about it, the Skinhead Moonstomp album just released last year in November. November gone last year for the ninth time. The ninth time.
Wow.
So it's in the Guinness Book of Record now. It's the only record been released so many times in 51 years. In 50 years.
Really?
This year's
okay.
51 years old.
Blimey.
You see?
So that's some longevity, that is.
Yeah, exactly. And then 2 years ago, I did a new recording with it as well.
Yeah.
Maybe you saw it with New Skin is at the front.
Yeah.
Maybe you saw that album where the Desmond Decker band, the Aces, they put in the back end. Mark was a bit pissed off, said they should have the back end. But I don't have it in control. You see, that was the idea from Trojan Records. They don't want nobody else. And this guy who did the producer, Delroy Williams, maybe you know him. Delroy Williams.
Delroy,
right?
Yeah, I know Delroy, yeah.
Yeah, right. He was the producer, and that band is his band.
Well, it's his band, yeah, of course, yeah. He's been running that band for a long time.
Right. So this is obvious that he's gonna use his band to do the backing because he's working with Trojan and working with Secret Records. Anyway, that's another story. And so your question was, all I can tell you is very difficult. I lost count.
Yeah.
Gareth, I lost count for all over the places where I've been, you know.
Yeah.
And this year we're supposed to do a big tour again. France, Germany again, all over the place because Germany is big.
Yeah, it's a big place.
Italy. America, South America. The first time I was gonna go back to Argentina again for the 5th time.
Yeah.
And then I was supposed to go to Chile, Brazil, some other ones, and all of them turned down, you know. So the only one who's still actual right now is the one for next year. The one I was supposed to be 21st of May in LA and the 22nd in Las Vegas. They pay me the ticket already.
Right.
And the one in Bologna. So it's a big festival. I've been there before. So what they did now, they just changed it and the date for next year in May because they wanted to do it in October, but this virus is still going on strong. So they push it again till the 28th of May next year.
Right.
Because the ticket, I've got the ticket and everything already. There's So otherwise, so right now it's a lockdown. They just stay home and there's nothing else to do. Just do small stuff and so interview, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But my job, my surrounding here with the music, you know, is I'm doing it at the interview, as I said before, and talking to people and blah 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 and so on. But I what can I say? It's just one of those things. And I was supposed to do a lot of traveling this year, and it's not gonna happen. So. You know. Anyway, all I can say to the question, I jet around the world and don't know the countries. You know. No, I really don't know. You know, I just jet in and jet out the next day. You can ask me anything about the airport, I can tell you.
Yeah. Where's the fragrance shop in the airport?
I want to check it out. And we check out the airport, all is the same, nothing different. All is the same shit, the same procedure.
Yeah.
You can't talk about it, the same old shit. So that's all I can tell you. But the country, I know from the hotel to the venue, and from the venue to the airport. So driving to the airport, I can see a little piece of the country by driving to the airport.
Yeah.
But otherwise, don't ask me nothing about those countries. I don't know. You know, that's it. One gig back. And the next day it's very tiring, very boring, you know. And especially I'm older now.
Yeah.
You know, your age doing a big role of this now. You know, you get out the plane, your legs swollen up because you're sitting down the whole time. You don't move. I got to wear stiff stockings and all them things to keep don't get thrombosis and all that.
Yeah, keep the circulation going. Yeah.
You know, and drink a lot of coffee, and you know, I don't like coffee, but I got to drink it to keep the circulation going and so on. So it's that, you know, and some of the places they paid, and some can't pay. You know, and you know, I got a lot of gigs in Switzerland. The other side of me, because in Switzerland I'm not really known as a reggae artist here. You know, I'm a soul guy. I mean, in Switzerland, I'm a gospel and soul and blues and jazz.
Yeah.
Everybody know me as this and sing with big bands and all that sort of stuff. They only know about it. The Skinheads didn't know I was living here till 2005.
Yeah.
They found out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when I sing any concert, or and Switzerland only book me like maybe every 2 years because the country's so small. Is why you see the same people every time you perform.
Yeah. It's probably not the kind of it's not the kind of big area for skinhead music and reggae music.
No,
really,
you have skinheads here, but they go outside of Germany.
Yeah.
And when I have concert, I tell you, when I do concert here, when I do concert here, the place is packed, so they have no place to take in the people. And that's been paid properly, but I don't want to do it because otherwise, it's not the money. I don't want to be burnt out.
Yeah. It was easily done. It's easy to get burnt out.
Of course, they see the same people at a while, and they almost can check. They know exactly what's gonna come the next song.
Yeah. Oh, I remember when we did the 100 Club. You said to me after the show, you said, right, I'm going to leave it 2.5-3 years now before I come back to the 100 Club, because it's just you can't overdo the same place. You can't just keep going and going.
Yeah, that's stupid because you have to play those songs.
Yeah.
Because it's the actual. If you bring in the new ones, it goes on okay.
Yeah.
But it's not the same like when you bring the actual one where people know.
Well, that's what people have paid to come and see, haven't they? They've come to see.
They want to see the whole.
Yeah.
Just imagine I've been on the stage and done those Skinhead Girl and Skinhead Moonstomp. Doesn't matter how fantastic the band play, and it doesn't matter how fantastic the band performance. Something's still missing.
Yeah.
You got to put Skinhead Girls, Skinhead Moonstomp, stay with them. You got to drop them in. That's what started the Skinhead scene.
Of course, yeah, of course.
That's what started. These are the songs what started the new wave stuff, what they call it, and this and them knows what they do.
Yeah.
So that's why. So here in Switzerland, as I said, it's very limited. But I've got a lot of gigs because I've done a lot of gospel. I got a choir and everything. It's quiet right now because there's nothing going on. So I split them up because they keep asking me when is the next gig and so on, and I can't from them nothing, and because the gospel scene is a little bit quiet down here now.
Yeah.
I do a lot of weddings and all of a sudden a lot of funerals for the gospel.
The gospel scene, yeah.
But it's dying down now. It's gonna come back, but right now it's very quiet, and because of the court, I've got this year a lot of weddings where they're supposed to do. They've all been cancelled.
Or move to next year. A lot of the gigs I've got of the festivals and stuff.
You're still young, you see, but I'm getting old every year. Getting older, and pretty soon I won't be here anymore.
Oh, don't say that, Roy. Don't say that. God, you'll still be jumping around that stage, mate. You'll still be jumping around that stage.
As a ghost, as a ghost.
Yeah. I like I like it when you roll round when you do your rolls, but you've stopped doing them recently. You didn't in the last show. You didn't do that. I thought.
Well, you got to respect your age,
Yeah.
And depends on how big the stage is.
Yeah, that's true. That's true as well.
Because one time I tried it in France, I was feeling a good mood, and I dropped my little espresso because maybe this. I always take a little espresso before I go on stage. I don't need the alcohol stuff to keep me, especially when I have to wait so long for the to get on stage. And sometimes when the espresso start to work and circulate, I do some crazy, and I do a rollover. In France, and I didn't know the monitor was so near, and I hit my back of my head right on the edge of the monitor, and I know I hit something. I see a couple of stars, but it didn't affect me. Yeah. And was the last song anyway, so I could leave the stage, and some fans run in the dressing room. It was behind the stage, and I run on the stage, and I'm, hey, you're bleeding. So what's bleeding? What's going on? They look at you, you're bleeding. When I took my jacket off, man, it was covered with blood. Didn't even realize it.
Man. One of your nice suits as well. You've got a lot of suits, haven't you?
Yeah, I had on yellow.
Oh, yeah, I know the yellow one, yeah.
But you even see more blood when it's in yellow, or white or whatever. Anyway, they could patch me up to get some run and get some ice for me and so on. But I hit my head, but I didn't feel it because it's jumping around with the coffee and the heat.
Yeah.
The heat in the club, your blood circulation get thin, and if you get a prick by a needle, but your knee bleed just the same.
Yeah.
Because your body is hot and it just pump out everything because your heart is beating.
Everything's pumping. Yeah.
So I have to be very careful, depends on, but I'm still fit, I'm training every day, I'm still doing my boxing still. I used to do that many years ago. So in my house, don't say I've got my off now, I'm in my recording studio next door.
Yeah.
And I do my boxing, I've got my punching bag, I've got everything. So I've got my weights and this. So I keep my body fit because my work, as you know me, as I said, I have to be fit on the stage. I like to move,
Well, yeah, that's one thing I've always respected with you is that, because I've played for the Pioneers and Derek Morgan, other reggae artists, and a lot of them as great as they are, and they've got some great songs. They rely purely on the voice. But one thing that me and you have got in common is we believe in the show. The show is the most important thing.
Yes, you have to make a show.
Yeah, and that means energy. That means pure energy.
That means keeping fit. Like in Corona crisis right now, you got cause a lot of people putting on weight and all that stuff. I don't have no time for this. I keep away from the food. And not only that, I think I told you this before. 3 years coming up now, I got diagnosed with diabetes.
Yes, yeah, you mentioned that in London before, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And now it's really cool and really good. Every 3 months I go get myself checked out, and the doctor said he's very proud of me. They even take me off the tablets what I'm supposed to be taking. 2 tablets, 1 in the morning, 1 in the night with my dinner. They take me off and put me on the weakest one you can ever have, just to check me. And it just got back on the 8th of May. I went to check myself again, and it's fantastic. My blood pressures went down.
Oh, brilliant!
My sugar went down, and so on. I'm feeling great,
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying so in this Corona crisis, I won't be eating much, because my profession is a cook. Just imagine, and my wife cook too.
Yeah.
That's why I've learned cooking. So just imagine, I want to eat some wicked food. I prefer to eat this when everything is back on the road, but while I'm not working, I don't eat that much,
Yeah, well, when you're on the road, you end up eating anything, like you just...
Yeah, but the funny part about it, when I'm on the road, I don't eat much because I don't like to eat and go on the stage with a full stomach.
Yeah.
You get weary, you get tired, you know what I mean? That's why I always have to drink that black coffee to wake me up.
You feel heavy on stage, don't you?
You feel heavy, and you keep belching all the time. Especially if you drink something with. I always drink this fizzy water, this water with gas. You eat something, and you're singing and jumping up, and all of a sudden you feel it coming out. You got to really stop it and control it. And your stomach pumped up like a balloon because no time to digest it.
Yeah, that's right. It's no good. It's no good, that is. So you mentioned earlier, just going back a little bit, you mentioned the kind of double life you've got in Switzerland. You've got the soul singer,
soul and gospel and jazz and blues and all this other stuff.
Yeah, I actually want to do because I'm a big band singer as well, as you know, and I'd love to do it. I'd love to do it. I've seen it every day, and I'd love to do a track together at some point. That would be really, really nice. A big band song.
Yeah.
And do you get when you're doing that work, like with the gospel choir, when you're doing the Barry White stuff, do you get the same kind of buzz that you do when you're Roy Ellis?
From the
audience.
Yeah, man. Yeah, because they only know me this way.
Right. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I've been doing this kind of work since just imagine, from 1988. I've been doing it. After the Pyramids broke up in Finland, I decided to leave the band and come and do something else, and I started out in the gospel because I was brought up with that gospel music.
Yeah,
you see, and when I was in the Pyramids, we used to do a lot of dance bands things. So we used to do a lot of soul stuff.
Yeah, right. So all like Sam and Dave and all that kind of.
Yeah, all of them. Otis Redding from the '60s. I do all of them. James Brown. I'm a great, not to brag or nothing, but everybody know That's why they put up this video. The guy who
Yes.
put up this video for my birthday, because
I saw that.
exactly what they do on the stage.
I saw the there's the cruise ship one where you've got the and they're a great band. They're a great band as well.
That's from Hungary. They call it Express Band.
That's it, Express Band. Yeah. It's on YouTube. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
So you see, you see, and you saw me with the Swiss big band as well, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. You were doing a Ray Charles song.
Ray Charles medley and all that sort of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm known for all that stuff, and you know, some pretty popular over here. But right now, as I said, you know, I wanted to come back on the reggae scene, so I turned on a lot of the Swiss stuff that I can get back on the reggae scene.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty busy doing that, and right now, you know, I'm putting out a concert for today, tomorrow. I've got 2 songs from my album. We're gonna put out the Boss Is Back album and a new one called the Almighty's Car. I got the 2 songs to send it to Vegas. I'm doing it tomorrow.
Oh, right. On online sort of thing. On the internet.
I'm gonna send it to them. They're gonna put it online because they want me. Because there's a lot of people bought the ticket for the concert in May.
Okay, yeah.
21st of May. A lot of people bought the ticket, and I don't think the promoter want to give it back because the concert is still actual.
Yeah, of course. It's still.
I was supposed to go there next May, but now they changed it again until in October.
Right.
And they canceled again for May next year. And I've got the flight ticket and everything. So what they want me to do, not just me, you know, the Agrolites is gonna back me. The Agrolites.
Yeah. That you work with them quite a lot, don't you?
No, this is the first time they're gonna back me.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. I thought I'd seen their name. I've seen them around.
Them, like jump on the stage and do one song with them.
Right.
Because
right. Okay.
Symarip, my music caused the Agrolites to be famous.
Yeah.
Because even my Banana song, I gave the permission to them to sing it in a film called Go Gabba Gabba. I don't know if you ever see that kid program.
No, I haven't actually. No.
You know, it's called. Check it on YouTube.
Yeah.
You can see them dressed up in red and singing that song. It's one of those computer animation things.
Oh, animated video. Yeah.
And they have my Banana song. I was supposed to go over to do it, but I couldn't go. And they asked me to if they could do it. You know, I said okay. And they respect me since then. And I mean, that Banana song is a very famous song for me. Very simple, stupid, and famous. You know.
Yeah, it's a quite a catchy song. You know, it's fun.
Kids,
it's good fun. Good fun for the kids.
The kids they love it. You know, because it's very simple singing Banana. No, I've got a new version. Somebody have a new version in Spain because Spain has got a lot of orange there now. Yeah. You know. And
so you changed it.
So they changed the name from Banana and call it Taranja. So there's in Taranja in Barcelona, it's called Orange.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's the dialect.
That's good. That's clever.
Taranja, and it was on television, and the group that was performing it and so on, and the kids are singing it and so on. So it's a very famous song. So back to the Agrolites. When they come over here and I see them, last March I did a gig with them to get, not with, they got a 3-piece thing called Reggae Workers, because I know Jesse very good, you know.
Yeah.
And I asked him to get me a band to back me this year, and he said, no, we want to back you, because you're our boss, and without you, it would be no Agrolites, he said to me, blah, blah, blah. And for us, it's a great honor to back him. I said, okay. You know?
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
You know, so we got good contact with him, and you know, and he played a lot of our music in the past. You know, Skinhead Girl, Skinhead Moonstomp. There was like the Symarip in America. The Agrolites was like this. Every song on that album they played.
Right, so they were like the equivalent for the American fans.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do now, Roy, when the show goes out, is I'll play. I'm going to play Scar Almighty, if that's all right, because it's I like that track.
No problem.
So can you just tell us a little bit about that track, because it's a brand new song, isn't it?
It's a brand new song. That's coming from a gospel thing.
Right. Okay.
It's coming from the gospel. I just changed the lyrics around, but the melody is almost the same.
Yeah.
The melody is nice, but gospel is, you know, as I said, I'm in the gospel scene, and there's a lot of people sing gospel from years and years and years. A lot of the reggae song been going on. Even Toots used to sing a lot of songs with gospel.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
And for example, the Jamaican living legend who didn't get the chance to be he could be a great artist, but he didn't want to. Owen Gray.
Owen Gray, yeah.
He's Jamaican. That's a Jamaican legacy, that guy there. But he just didn't want to. I don't want to say nothing about ambition. We have some people don't have the interest in it. It could be fantastic because, I mean, these are the guys who used to teach young people to sing and all those other stuff. Bob Marley, these Jimmy Cliff and all those guys, and he's singing a lot of gospel and reggae and all those other stuff. That's been going on for years. So it's a normal thing. So the Oscar Almighty is just a simple normal thing. There's a converted into a gospel. I've got a lot of songs on my album where I convert from gospel in the ska, because like the song from Toots, even this one. Now Genesis and Exodus, Leviticus and Number, Deuteronomy. It's Bob Marley, One Love.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Right up with that song. It's not the original. That's an old gospel song.
Yeah.
Let's get together and feel all right. You know why? Because these people used to use that song when they're traveling from the country to the city, the market people.
Yeah.
And when, the black people always sing anyway. So while they're traveling this long distance in the night, everybody get together and start to sing.
Oh, right. So they're like uniting together kind of thing, yeah?
Yeah. And even the guy who was driving the truck was singing as well. That's enough, because a little boy, I've seen this, we go to the country, the market people, them coming from the country to go to Kingston, because Kingston, they don't have nothing there. So the people from the country got to go down to sell the stuff in the city.
Yeah.
So there's trucks coming up, come down with the banana, come down with the this, come down. And everybody been singing those gospel songs and so on. So there's a lot of songs in the reggae music scene and ska scene coming from gospel. So that's why I took the Almighty Ska and change it, and put it on. It turns out very good. I think last year they voted for the number. I think that last year they voted for the best gospel, best reggae song for 2019.
I didn't know
best
that.
Best ska song for 2019. You saw that, right?
Yeah, no, I didn't. If I'm honest, no, I didn't. I didn't realise that. I knew there was a song from that album that got voted that, because
that was Ska Almighty.
Was that the song? Right. Okay.
Yeah, that's Ska Almighty. Lick it, Rasta.
Yes, man, this is Ska Almighty, or should I say Almighty Ska. Coming down from the top of the mountain, we're gonna read Moses, y'all, with the lightning strikes again. We all love Ska Almighty. Glory to Ska Almighty. We all love Ska Almighty. 'Cause music is here to stay. We all love Ska Almighty. Glory to Ska Almighty. We all love Ska Almighty. 'Cause music is here to stay. Amazing grace, that's what you pray for me. You save my soul, and then you set me free. We all love Ska Almighty, that give us victory. Yeah, we all love Ska Almighty. Glory to Ska Almighty. We all love Ska Almighty.
In terms of the lockdown, Roy, how are you scratching your musical itch in the lockdown? How are you keeping it going?
I'm keeping it going. But as I said before, I'm doing some playback. I got it at home now. I just did that the Italian product there for the Corona thing, Flip Flop and Fly.
Yes, that was great. Yeah, I enjoyed that. The band again. The band were really good. The trombone player, he can really play, man.
Fly. Yeah, great. I don't know the guys. The trombone player. I met him. First time I met him was in Chicago.
Yeah,
he's from Italy. But otherwise, then we meet each other when we go to Italy. Sometimes we come to my shows and so on. So, but the rest of the people, I don't know them. And then when I did that, as I said, I do some interview right now, like talking to you now. I'm going to do 6 o'clock another one. I'm doing this thing tomorrow for Las Vegas, the Scar Almighty and one-way ticket.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because they want to put it on other people. Don't forget to keep the people amused and keep them occupied in the thinking as that's going to... You know,
keep the spirits up, keep positive.
Keep the spirits up, you know. Then at the end, I might say something. Keep the faith, blah blah blah. After the 2 songs finish, I'd say something. Yeah. So keep safe, blah blah blah. I hope to see you next year, and blah blah blah. You know.
Yeah.
A good speech, and that's what I'm concentrating on. And then next week, a matter of fact, I just build up my studio yesterday because the guy who was supposed to come and do this. He can't come because I don't want nobody here, just my wife and myself.
Yeah, well, you've got to be careful. You've got to be careful.
Yeah, even the kids, my stepkids, they can't come. When they come in the garden, they send about 2 miles away from me.
Yeah, shouting across the garden. Hello.
Talk to me on the phone.
Yeah.
I'm only joking. But it's about 5 meters away. You know, instead of keep away because the garden. It's not big garden, but enough at the back gate. They stand there and we bring food, we put the food in and put it on the table before they come and they eat it or whatever, the drink, so keep away. So my engineer guy who work in my studio, because I'm an idiot with this electronic stuff.
Same here, I am as well, yeah.
You know, but certain things I know, like setting up a PA and whatever, you know.
Yeah.
I can't do all those stuff. But look into the program, I couldn't touch that. It's too much for me. It's too much buttons, man. My eye is going like round and round like when you do Sudoku. Going around and around. But like setting up a PA, that's not a problem, you know. So I've got to do that because now, after doing that 2 shows tomorrow, doing those 2 songs for America, the next week I'll be doing, I made publicity already last year, maybe I read it. I'm going to do a soul show.
Oh, cool. I'll tune into that. Yeah.
I'm going to do a soul show live. The next week is a gospel show, but I will play back. The next concert, I do want to do 3 concerts. 1 soul with mix with every little thing, mix and a mix thing.
Right.
And then the next week is the gospel, what I do.
Yeah.
You know, with playbacks with the choirs and the playback as well and everything.
Oh, cool.
And
okay.
Then, and then the other week, I'm going to do my normal reggae show, what I do, you know.
Yeah. So you a bit of variety and trying to...
Yeah. Every week a different setup.
Yeah.
It should be interesting, you know.
Yeah.
But the first thing I want to know how you do it.
That's the hardest. That's the hardest bit, Roy. That's the hardest bit.
They keep me busy, you know, and work in the garden, and and sometimes I do a little cooking, and the wife. But right now, the wife do most of the cooking.
Yeah.
Because then I go and do some walking. Sometimes I walk, sometimes 1.5 hours, 2 hours walking is very important.
Keeping fit,
with the diabetes, you got to do some walking, you know. And they try don't put on no weight, and and eat healthy. That's very important. And keep away from people, you know.
That's it. Yeah. Well, Roy, thanks so much for your time with this. It's been really, really good. Really nice to catch up because we only normally see each other every 2 years. In London.
Thank you for your questions, man, and hope we link again.
Yeah. No worries, Roy. Keep in touch, man, and stay safe. You and your wife stay safe.
And you too. You're married now, right?
I am. Yeah, she's upstairs. We're moving house tomorrow, so I've been married. Been married nearly 2 years now. So.
Yeah, I remember. I think I congratulate you, motherfucker. Facebook don't have no privacy anymore. We know everything what's going on from everybody.
Everyone knows what you're having for breakfast, don't they?
Yeah, exactly. Facebook is one of the most nosy. It's always said, it's not a Facebook. We say nosy book.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's
because
no privacy.
Know everything was going. People even putting the camera between the wife's legs. They can see me the baby coming out. That's a bit too far.
You've got to draw the line somewhere.
Yeah, I've got to draw the line somewhere. That's very ridiculous. Anyway, my friend.
Yeah, take care, Roy. Nice one. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. Thank you very much, Gareth. Have a nice day. Bye.
You too. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for joining me for episode 1, season 2 of On the Road With. My guest this time was Mr. Roy Ellis, and what an entertaining and insightful guest he was. Really, really enjoyed doing that interview, and I hope you enjoyed it too. I'd like to sincerely thank Roy for his time, and it's great to meet somebody so passionate about what they're doing, even after all these years and all that success in the industry. If you like what you're hearing, please do follow, subscribe, and like us wherever you get your podcast fix. And you can also keep in touch with us on social media. So it's Gareth John Music on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I'll be posting updates about the show, including new episodes and bonus content, etc., on those platforms. If you've got any guest suggestions or any feedback on the episodes at all, you can email me directly as well. It's garethrdjohn@gmail.com. If you'd also like to leave us a review at Apple Podcasts, that really does help spread the word of the podcast far and wide. That'd be absolutely fantastic. But for now, I'm going to play you out with Roy's biggest hit. It's Skinhead Moonstomp. Take care now. Bye-bye.
I want all you skinhead to get up on your feet. Put your braces together and your boots on your feet. And give me some of that old moon stomping. Get ready. We got 3 million miles to reach on the moon. So let's start getting happy now. Ready? Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right. Now, before we reach on the moon, fellas, we gotta make sure that everything is spick and span. All right? You gotta make sure you shine your boots. Brush your teeth, because the man on the moon looking different from man on the earth. That's what I say, boy. Now remember, I'm your boss, Skinhead speaking. My name is Caleb. All right. Right. And remember, I'm the boss. You can see, look on my foot, or my feet, whatever you want to call it. You can see I've got the biggest boots. That's all right. Now, when I say sing, I want everybody to get in the groove and start singing because we're on the moon. Ready? One time. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Now, I want all you fellas to get around me, and we're gonna start stomping. Ready? Here we go. One time. Now, we want to make sure when we get back to the herd, we got the moon on top of us. Now, when we finish this, we ain't got no problem on the moon, so we gotta wait till we get back to the herd to have a drink. Okay? Yeah! All right. Now, we want to make sure that everybody's still in the groove when we get back. So let's start singing one more time. Ready? Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.